you come across the ruins of the castle late at night. Meanwhile, there's people inside deciding they're going to take a long rest, if memory serves, so they can, benefit from their level up.
Cannot see nothing.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. I found it.
This reminds me, I have to set up your token real fast. Meanwhile, you guys are deciding you want to barricade yourselves in a room or something?
Yeah.
I'd probably say the first set of stairs, like at the top of that.
Oh, right.
You're just a human, so you only see such and such.
A human? Holy shit.
Yes, there's a human in the party now. Yay!
You guys don't have
Ew.
humans?
Actually, Bron's a human, so...
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sort of human.
I'm not.
So, I know what the 19 and the 16 are. What is the 14?
Oh, passive wisdom.
Loose.
It's
Okay,
something I like in 5th edition is the fact that you have no listen and spot checks, which the GM has to roll. Apparently, I basically got into an argument with the 3.5 group at one point about that. It's like, I'm not used to that, and it's like 5th edition, it's all passive, which means that it is in the GM's need to look at it. So the fact that it's combined, I can put it on the token. I can look right at it and go, okay, that person can only it's a 14 for their passive. You can make active rolls anytime you want, but
Sweet.
I get to look at your primary passive skill. But anyway, so while these guys are figuring out their camp, which you said you wanted to go upstairs for that.
Correct.
Did you want to go to the master bedroom, or do you want to try one of the guest rooms?
Master.
Aria's just gonna bust down the door. This is mine. And just flop on the bed.
I'm pretty sure I'd break it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that next. He's gonna break it.
Oops. The wrong thing. What's that there? There we go.
So, my suggestion would be I would actually break down the bed and throw it into the fireplace and light it on fire.
Alright.
I'll firebolt the light off.
So if that's the case, Antonio, as you approach the ruins of this castle, you notice that there is smoke coming up from the chimney.
Oh, very good. I'm wonder if they've seen my mule. So I don't know if I have any reason to think there's enemies here. You said orcs don't normally come in the woods, so.
Orcs are the biggest threat up until recently in Hellspring. Recently, though, the last couple of weeks, since a deal has been negotiated between Lauren and Hellspring to create a railroad system up there. That recently there's been attacks from the undead coming up from the south. So there is a possibility of the undead, but you probably know enough to realize that the undead wouldn't be lighting a fire in the fireplace.
Right. All right.
Unless it's a really, really bad undead. Because those ones think.
Hey, this weather can be bone chilling. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, it is bone chilling here. So, coming up to the door, you also see that it is not locked, barred, or even broken down. It is dark beyond the doors, from what you can tell. And there is indications, at least along the ground, when you get up close to it, that someone has been here recently, beyond, of course, the fire and the fireplace.
Okay.
And since the front, I like, making my maps with, line art, and then if I find some interesting pieces to put in the backdrop. So anytime you see something like this, that's like a door indicator. So it's just easy to recognize.
Okay.
Would you like to go inside or hang out along the outside of the building?
No, I mean, there's nobody outside. I would see them. So I'm going to, cautiously go inside.
Alright, if you're going cautious, stealth check, please.
Well, I'm not actually sneaking. I just don't want to step on anything weird
Alright.
or surprise anybody.
So you open the door as softly as possible and step in to what looks like a long, destroyed, or mostly destroyed and decayed throne room, entry room. There's ripped and moldy tapestries laying about on the floor, mostly covered in dust, bits of cobweb. You can see that the old throne is still here, covered in dust. An ancient fireplace, clearly not the one in use. You can see
I'm just
passageways
gonna,
and stairs.
I think I just want to wander
Passageways.
around till I find some people.
Alright. And here, and stairs here, and down here.
Wander myself. Hello? Anybody home?
You guys, as you guys are setting up your campsite, you hear somebody yelling, "Hello!"
Wait, where'd
Who's
I go?
there?
You suddenly see a large half orc stepping out from the door this direction.
Ted's there too.
A tiny
He lives
little
on
pseudo dragon.
Who are you?
I'm just looking for a friend of mine. You guys seen a little mule wandering around the wood?
I haven't, but I'll be your friend.
That's nice of you, but I need someone to help pull the
I walk out there
plows
too.
I can do this. I'm
Move the
strong, like
carts.
Pool.
and
Now, standing
Well,
out
big
there in the
guy,
hall,
chill out.
you see a small gnome. Looks kind of ancient.
He's in there, dude. Chill the fuck out. He's smoking his pipe too. What do you want?
there it is.
This is our castle, damn it.
Okay, I'm just
Is
looking
it?
for my lost mule.
Oh, okay.
Wondered if
No,
you
we
guys
haven't seen your
him.
mule yet.
All right. Well,
No.
perhaps I can spend the night with you guys.
Of
Sure.
course, your friend now.
Just to stay out of trouble.
Arius picks him up and leaves.
Come, we've
Yeah,
started fire.
Ah, so nasty weather we're having, huh?
Quite.
Hey, at least he didn't run into the drow.
Those drow,
Hey,
they're gonna kill us.
Just stop. They haven't killed us yet.
They're going to. They're drow.
I'll tell you what. If they decide to try to do this, I will say that you were right. Will that work?
But they're drow. They're going to.
Yeah. Yeah. But they haven't yet. So let's just wait until they do. Just keep your guard up.
Always.
Okay, and don't yell at them, for love of God.
But they're drow.
That's what's going to cause them to kill us.
I haven't seen any drow.
Oh, they're here.
wanderings.
We just got done talking to them.
Ah, all right.
Last night they were hunting us.
No, they weren't hunting us.
How do you know they're drow? They need that
Because
kind
I
of
was
thing.
talking to them on Undercommon. They're busy working on something else.
They weren't
Yeah.
hunting you guys, and they let you go. I suppose you'd be fine.
They're busy making plans to blow things up and kill people.
Well, that's their business. This is their country, not ours.
It's ours now.
What are you
No,
guys?
no.
What are you guys up to?
We're here on business.
Okay.
We're here to investigate some stuff happening down south.
Bellward, while you're talking to these people, you notice that their accent is definitely not of Hellspring. It sounds a bit like a Mlaurin accent, which is the country to the a couple of ways to the east.
All right. Ilarians, huh?
Yep. They needed to find a way to get rid of me, so they sent me here.
They sent
Well-
me to keep these guys safe.
Now we welcome any strong arms and willing workers.
I'm gonna do an athletics to flex.
Go for it.
Eh,
It's very
Everyone
impressive,
gets
my friend,
fired.
my new friend. Or have I seen the like? Well, if you
So,
don't mind,
what is it
I
that you
shall-
do?
I'm just trying my hand at farming.
Uh-huh.
Been at it for a season or so. Not doing very good, but
Oh, you
takes
get
a
the
little
hang of it.
practice.
there's drow about. Blame them.
Well, I haven't seen.
Even
I
though
mean,
the
why
Joe
would
are
they?
here.
Yeah. I'm not one to blame others for my own problems.
Let's see.
If you don't mind, maybe I can make up a little bed in the corner here.
Go
Of
for
course, you're a friend.
Thank you kindly.
it. Uh-huh. Bring that up.
So, what order would you guys like to do watch on?
It's
I'll take the
generally
first watch.
Bran does first watch because he's we got a fire lit, so it doesn't really matter. So you can take first watch. We'll have I'll take fourth, and
And how about the bird who's about to disappear on you take final watch?
okay. Well, then he'd
Yeah.
take fourth. So I'd
Yeah.
take Bran would take third. He would take fourth.
Okay, and I'll just stick me in there somewhere.
I'll wake you up to spend time with my new friend.
Happily.
I think you have the best passive wisdom of the entire group at this point. I think everyone else has like 11 for passive wisdom.
Yeah. So it's not
Yep,
that great.
everyone else has 11. And Belward has 14.
I'm just a body.
Seriously?
Right.
All right.
I'm gonna attempt to play my accordion again.
Alright, performance check.
Yay!
It makes people
Still haven't
cringe. At least Jason and Bron are cringing at you. And Valfar for that matter.
Still attitude. That's what I get for buying used shit.
Alright.
Don't-
Anything else?
Don't feel bad. It takes courage to perform in front of others.
It takes courage to blow up shit too. I must be pretty brave.
Whoa! You can walk through the walls. Sorry.
Can I walk through walls?
Apparently let me double check the dynamic lighting settings, because I keep having people walking through walls and things, and it's not supposed to. Ah! So I keep forgetting to hit the restrict movement thing on them. No wonder. There we go. That should help.
Yay!
Yeah, my bad. I kept forgetting to hit restrict movement.
That's all good.
So I will sit right in front of the door as I sleep.
All right.
How heavy do you sleep, Ironius?
Seeing that he's got he's incredibly dumb and all body, probably pretty heavily.
Okay. So the night is very uneventful. You guys, sleep in this room. By the time that you start to wake, the fire is kind of waning. However, you notice that Valafar is missing.
Huh.
Where did Mr. Dishonorable go?
Huh.
the
Maybe he
morning
decided
time.
maybe he thought he was too good for us.
But I woke him up to watch us. I'm going to crush him.
Well, if we see him, I'll let you do that.
Ah,
Now we need to continue investigating this place.
time.
Jason kind of looks at the human with in the robes looks over at Bellward. He speaks in a Hellspring accent. Clearly, he's a local. Yeah, it seems like these guys could use some help. Maybe some extra, an extra hand if you have one. He says to Bellward.
You guys did give me a nice, comfy spot to stay, so I will aid you. So that's
Ferguson's
fine.
going to investigate him to see what he's talking about the third arm. Hang on. He doesn't have. He has the beginnings of a third arm.
Is it holding an apple?
Oh no, it's in his coat pocket. I don't know why it's in there. Oh well, I'll run some tests later.
Still fairly quiet inside the castle as you head downstairs for to further investigate the castle.
Have you guys looked around here much?
Everywhere except for up those other stairs. I can't actually move down the stairs.
Yeah, I know. That's. I suddenly realized. Oh yeah, that's because I restricted movement, so that means you guys have to moving for me to be able to pull you up.
Give me just a second.
So, do you do anything else besides farm, Frank?
Well, back in my youth, I was a soldier, but those days are mostly gone. I still carry my uh my officer's sword, but I don't I don't use it very much on the farm.
I'm a soldier too.
Really?
Yes. I was trained by the Rangers of MLR.
I'm just a common foot soldier. Up through the ranks, led some men into battle. Watched a lot of good men or a lot of good boys die.
Yeah, it's a shame. My family wouldn't let me go and fight in battles.
Well, I mean that's a good thing. It's pretty horrible sometimes.
No, I'd much rather be among other people. I mean, we're all made cut from the same cloth, right?
Free.
I mean, no one's better than anybody else. But no, they're like, nope, you're a shamalama dog. You stay here and do your work. You know what happened afterward? I blew up my laboratory.
A couple times, I believe, right?
Oh, this is my home laboratory.
Hmm.
It was an accident, but I regret nothing. If we're counting total, I'd say I'm at about 6 now. Huh. I lost track.
Silly gnome.
Here I am.
Is
The
there something
gra-
specific we're looking for in this castle?
I
Be
was just making
cautious.
sure it's. We're just making sure it's in the clear. In the clear.
Right.
After
Scouting
you,
ahead.
Ironicus.
Are we expecting anything?
We're looking for evil. Drow, particularly.
By the way, there's as you walk around the corridor, you see that there's a door here. You see another door here as you look around, and another one over here. Yeah, I'm sorry. The contrast for the doors is not very as good as I'd hoped.
It's all good. Ironicus, would you mind knocking, please?
I shall knock with my foot.
Sounds good.
Does it open?
You can tell that it's unlocked. It doesn't open inward, though.
Oh. I look kind of sad, but I open it like a normal human.
Immediately,
It's
the
okay,
two
Arnie.
skeletons that are standing inside turn towards you. Description of the room.
Hello.
This room looks messy. There are books scattered about, some of which still look usable.
Oh. Sorry, guys. We're just looking around.
This is my kind of fun.
So that means
The firebolt is
footer,
per skeleton. Did we catch them
and
by surprise?
go.
No,
No.
I kicked the door.
No, you said you opened it like a human.
No, he kicked the door first.
Oh. Damn skellies. Rolling good initiatives. Oh, sweet. That's the best initiative I've rolled in this game so far.
Antonio, what's your dex?
Dex. That's kind of personal, isn't it?
Well, it's how we determine who would go first.
I just rolled initiative.
So
Yeah,
we
he-
both rolled
Gives a
10.
10.
Oh,
Yep.
No,
It's not,
Ironius,
you
you have a
rolled
10.16.
But
is
his
that what
isn't
you meant?
showing in. Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
I
It's,
rolled-
look at his name, Bellward. It's down there.
10.0.
Yeah,
Anyway,
really
yeah,
is
my
a
dex
10.
is 13. It's terrible.
So it should be 10.13. That's what those points are.
Oh, that's right, because he imported a sheet. That's why it didn't show up like that. We'll leave it at 10 for now, and then we'll do the point thing later. I'll fix up your sheet later for that. Alright, so the first skeleton, upon seeing Erroneous, moves over with its, what is the skeleton's will? Scimitar. No, sorry, short sword. He goes to stab him, which instantly misses. Apparently the skeleton is not very coordinated.
Right.
Fredrickson, you see
It's
the one...
critical having lack of
Oh,
eyes.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Bellward?
I turned my tiebreaker on.
Alright, cool.
Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, some of those little fixes I forgot to add in because you imported your character sheet. Fredrickson, you see a skeleton trying to jab a short sword at Erroneous, though clearly missing.
Wow, his name is terrible. I tell him, hey, you should probably have eyes for that. And then I'm going to
At the bad guys during a fight is.
back up.
Yeah, he's not a bard. He can't do any damage.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm just a wizard. And then I'm gonna go ahead and
No, I mean, he can't
firebolt
hurt with
this.
words.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm sure it can hurt his feelings, but it won't do any damage. And firebolt.
Which apparently sails through a rib and hits the floor over here.
Son of a bitch. I believe the other human.
The other skeleton comes forward, also
Fred?
brandishing a short sword, stabbing towards Erroneous.
Fred, there's things in there. Please be careful with fire.
Yes, there's books. Sorry, Jason. As soon as education comes over here, he says, yes, there's books in there. Be careful. But let's see. Why can I never remember that? Okay.
We have
He
to save
comes
the
over-
books that might have blueprints for bombs.
He comes over here and starts using his chill touch on the skeleton in front of him. Which also misses for some reason. Arrhenius.
He
Gee, I
would
blame
pull
him.
out his flail and shield and go to town.
On red,
Yeah, Red.
instantly destroyed.
Woohoo!
I would walk up to
Nice.
the other one and just like stare it down.
Bellward.
Ah. Well swung, comrade. I shall attempt to take this one out. My spear. One-handed.
Ooh. You do 9 damage. Nice. Oh, I like that. Braun. Oh, that's me. Forgot. Let's see, does he have anything that can be useful? Oh, of course, he's the He is the party warlock / clerical type. And he will cast Sacred Flame.
Ooh.
Let's see if the skeleton survives that. It does! Sacred Flame does not damage it. Fredrickson.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to go over here. Yeah, right there. That's where I want. And then I'm going to attempt to firebolt this bastard. God damn it.
Firebolt splashes harmlessly against the wall over here.
Damn it. It's Jason's fault.
Why is it my fault? Jason demands.
Because you keep missing.
I didn't miss. Skeleton. Actually, yes, he did. The skeleton turns towards Aronius. Once again, misses. Aronius is just too much half work for him. Jason decides that he's just going to pull out his dagger and attempt to slice at the skeleton. Which,
Now he hits.
yes, and the skeleton actually comes apart. Its bones is clattering to the ground. There are two short.
Applauds.
There are now two short swords laying there among the refuse of bones. Oops.
Oh, this
See any
Alrighty.
mules in
I'm
here?
I'm going to investigate this room. I don't find anything. God damn.
Would you like help?
The book you picked up at
Yeah.
random seems to be gibberish as far as you can tell.
Damn it.
I'm going to roll to try to help him.
Alright.
Is this what you need, Freddy?
Did you roll investigation?
I don't see. There we go. Aronius, you
That's
pick
much
up
better.
you pick up a book and a note comes sliding out and hits the floor. And I just suddenly realized what I'd forgotten to add to handouts. Damn it.
Woohoo!
Give me 1 second to correct that error site.
That's okay.
No, it's just that I thought I looked it over today, looked it over yesterday. I thought, okay, I don't need anything else to add. Oh, except for this information about Hellspring background, blah blah blah. And here I go. I completely forgot the handout for this, and that was sitting in the book, which actually is called Mysterious Note. Let's see. So, Erroneous found it, and it reads as follows. Where did my information packet go?
Just to clarify, can Ironius read?
You don't know.
No. I'm pretty sure no.
Oh,
I've
I think you can,
six
like,
intelligence.
yeah.
Intelligence more than 8, I think you can read.
I have 6.
Even my Kobold Bard can read. She's got an intelligence of 8.
What did you find there, big guy?
I'll hold it to him. It has words on it.
Ah, here, I'll take that for you, buddy.
Thank you.
Alright. And since she now has that, I will give that to... There we go.
Ferguson pulls out his glasses and puts them on, kind of puts them at the end of his nose. Uh-huh. It says, "My dear apprentice, don't forget to lead them to the caves in the Odling Mountains. They seem ripe for turning." Now, can I roll an Arcana check to try to guess as to what he means by that?
Sure.
Wouldn't it be history?
The note looks at the page of paper here looks fairly new. The book is kind of old. Maybe it's about 200 or less years old, but not ancient.
Huh. It's only a little bit older than I am.
Let's see. All you can glean from this is that there's somebody using this area, kind of recently, in fact, that has an apprentice. Perhaps someone that is behind the undead incursions.
Hmm. So if that's the case, our next destination is gonna have to be the Oddling Mountains.
Is there a door over here?
No, that's just a wall. Oh, that's because I put
What
the
does the book say?
mimic lighting. The book's just some ancient history stuff.
I want to keep that with me.
Alright. It's old and falling apart. What sort? Do you have anything to wrap it in?
Uh, I have I have tinker's tools. I'm sure I could make something.
No, I mean, do you have like a cloth, anything?
A shirt?
Yeah, I think I have some spare traveler's clothes, so I'll use that.
There we go.
So I'll go ahead and put
Haven't
that in
seen-
my.
There's an undead incursion going on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been going on for the last month, or so. See, it's happening. Started a couple of weeks before these guys arrived. These guys have been here for let's see, 13 days, 14 days. They've been here 14 days now. So they've been here 2 weeks. So yeah, it's been over a month since the incursion started from coming up from the south, which is where the Yardling Mountains are.
Yeah, aside from your legions of dead people that you're having problems with, this is a nice country you guys have.
Well, I haven't had any problems with the Walking Dead in my farm.
They have drow, Freddy.
They don't have drow. Drow don't mess with necromancy.
But they have drow. We seen them.
Actually,
Yes.
Fredrickson, let me correct you on that. In this world, drow are known for messing with necromancy.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
Oh, you would.
I didn't realize that wasn't a standard thing in other D&D universes because this is based off of my stuff long before I got into D&D. And in my stuff, drow or dark elves, as I called them then, were basically major necromancers.
Oh, okay. I'll just tell them. Listen, as long as you don't yell at them, they won't try to kill us. We
They're
have.
drow.
I got it, but we have higher priorities. This note says this telling us where we need to go next. So let's finish searching this place and then head to the Oddling Mountains. I look at Jason. Do you know where the Oddling Mountains are?
Yeah, Jason gives you a funny look. The mountains the entire mountain range to the south are called the Yodling Mountains.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate less sarcasm, but
It's true, my friend. I spent the whole winter campaigning in them once.
You see that big mountain range on that map with the desert to the south of it and various greenery to the north. That's the Yodling Mountain range.
There's only one cave in there, right?
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
No, but the border of basically the border of Hellspring is very narrow. It's almost like a pizza wedge. So it kind of narrows into a point against the Yodling Mountains.
just out of curiosity, what's this empty space here between Titrel and Demlarn?
Between Twitchell and Umlarn? Hold on,
Yeah.
let me bring back my map.
There's no name, so I was curious.
Oh, because I hadn't given it a name, but I realized that Umlarn didn't extend that far west because the Yodling Mountains are there, and Titrel isn't quite as far to the east as one would think. So it's kind of blank space to be named later. Once I figure something out. I'm terrible with names.
That's the
It's okay.
Titral Ilarum DMZ.
Well, kind of, sort of, because Imlarn is ruled by vampires, but has a bunch of other races. Vampires are actually a very minority race, except they hold the biggest political power. Uh, and Titrol is basically, it's not really a country so much as a unaligned territories that have a meeting place in the middle called Barwang, for firebugs and centaurs. So basically, a whole bunch of forests untouched and unspoiled by industrialization, which industrialization is going on here to the north in Hellspring. Though there's a lot of farms here in the south. So
There's a bunch of hippies in Titrol.
yes.
Oh, perhaps we should continue.
So you see two doors in this corridor, north and south.
About down here.
I'll
That's
hit
just
the
a turn.
northern one.
All right,
Does
big
it
guy.
open outward or inward?
It appears to open inward.
Go ahead, knock.
Oh no, wait. Yeah, one of the north opens inward.
I kick it.
Bang.
So all
Actually,
doors
roll
are
me a strength
evaluated,
check on
guys.
that.
I can imagine, like, as soon as you're like, wait, and Rodius is just like, his foot screeches to a halt. Just
You
there.
hear something impact over there, and something else hit bling bling into a bookshelf.
I
You're
hope
trying
you
to tell
break
what
it
it is.
indeed. Well, is the door still there?
Yeah, the door's still there.
Oh, I thought he like. So okay, how did the door open all the way?
It's kind of halfway between. It's like halfway into the room, so it's open enough for you guys to enter in. But immediately, skeletons start moving up. What looks like a destroyed or mostly destroyed library. See overturned bookshelves. A couple of bookshelves still standing because apparently they're bolted to the wall. But you also see skeletons.
Wish I could have saved it. Actually, need it.
Classes, Ted.
What's that?
What's your class there for Ted?
Oh, Ted's a pseudo dragon.
Oh, okay. So Shyamalan is what I mean then.
Oh yeah, Shamalama is a wizard.
Okay.
What's
Actually,
Belward?
just
Is he a
stand behind
fighter?
him. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I
What
figured
kind of
that's
fighter are you going with?
Just a standard operating fighter.
Would only be like a War Master, or I think that's what it's called. Eldritch
Oh, I
Knight.
haven't decided on the level 3 thing.
I was looking at the Xanthar's guide for everything, and they have some pretty neat stuff in there for fighters.
Xanthar's guide is excellent.
The Arcane Archer, the Cavalier, the Samurai.
Hexblades. Those are great.
OP.
That's the Warlock, right?
Well, the warlock you have with you is a celestial warlock. It's another one of the, it's like basically I've played with the warlocks are usually boring except when they're being from the Xanthar's guide. Xanthar's guide has awesome warlocks.
I like their monks too. Way the Kensei is badass.
Mm-hmm.
Kensei
I
is not
personally
a monk,
like
though.
more.
Fredrickson, it is your turn first.
Already. Can I see the skeleton?
No, you do not see the one that's left up by the door, and there's another one coming down between a couple of shelves that have been overturned. You see lots of books kind of moldering on the floor here.
I'm going to withhold my action until after Irodius goes.
Shamalama dong, stick back.
So that way Irodius can open the door.
There it
Well, the
is.
door's already open. I'm just opening
Oh.
it more.
Yeah, please do.
Whoops.
Come on, Ironius. What are you going to do?
All the way in, and I'm gonna attack red.
All right. Miss.
Miss.
Unless Ted, sorry, Fredrickson, what would you like to do?
Alright, now that Irodius has their attention. Oh, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and move into this corner. Or try to, anyways.
You can see the skeleton that's half blocked by the door that Erroneous kicked open.
And I'll go ahead and I'm going to assume Irenaeus tried to attack the blue one.
I think he went to attack red.
Oh, he attacked red? Okay. Then I will go ahead and I will firebolt red. God damn it.
It hits the bookshelf back here.
Damn it!
Oh, you're in a there's bookshelves.
I thought you liked books.
I do. That's why I'm pissed.
And 2 rats come spilling out from it, squealing.
Are they at least on fire?
No, the
Damn it.
impact bothered them. They're not on fire, but one of the books is kind of they're normal rats. Are kind of smoldering at this point.
Yeah.
All right, skeleton turns, attacks Erroneous. Short sword. Completely missing him because Erroneous is awesome and has awesome HP. Sorry, awesome AC. Well, he's got awesome HP too, but. Bellward.
I'm gonna step in the room.
Please do.
Try and get behind Erroneous here. And try to take out this red one. For some reason I keep closing my sheet.
Yeah.
Pop it out.
You shouldn't do that.
Stand
Do you have
fast,
a
friends.
1 screen setup, 2 screen setup, or 3 screen setup?
Got 2 screens.
I typically keep my ooh. One-handed or two-handed?
One-handed always, unless, for some reason I don't have my shield out.
You managed to knock off a couple ribs, knock off, one of the unnecessary arm because short sword, one-handed. Looks like you badly damaged it, but it's still there. And in fact, it turns around and immediately swings at you with its short sword.
Oh no! Ouch!
Oh no! Oh no!
Apparently, it does a lot of damage in 1 hit.
A short sword? I didn't even know it went up to 8.
Apparently, it does. I got these right from the compendium.
It's fine.
Technically, all the way up to 11.
Let's see. Brun casts Sacred Flame at blue. Dude, blue's not even hurt for that 1 damage. Sacred Flame, useless. Blue then turns around and pokes its short sword at Erroneous. And misses. Jason comes running over, pokes his head in and says, "Are you burning down a library now, Ferdinand?"
Shut up!
Cringes and decides he has no choice but to use Firebolt as well on blue. Aha! Direct hit! He grins.
Fredrickson applauds him again.
Startled Red immediately goes for the skeleton.
Wait, the rat's gonna chew on a skeleton?
Yep.
Rizzo.
Apparently don't do it. The 2 doesn't seem to do any damage. Weird, unless this thing isn't set up right. I think it's meant to do 1 damage. So, there we go. There we go. So yeah, it does 1 damage to the skeleton. No, it doesn't hit the skeleton. It got a 4. Tried to hit. Oh, yeah, second. Sorry, there's actually 2 rats here. The other rat does bite the same. And misses as well. Fredrickson!
I'm going to Ray of Frost the red skeleton. Oh, god damn, my rolls have been shit tonight.
It misses, but hits the rat behind it, and the rat just kind of dies. You're just
Sorry,
a
little rat
pitiful
dude.
squeaking, and the rat dies.
Oh,
Erroneous!
I feel bad.
I'll go after Blue.
And your flail disconnects with the floor, missing the skeleton. Green
Oh.
turns and stabs at you. Misses. Bellward.
Stand fast, friends. All right. Belward. Let's try and finish this one off. Hey. Hiya.
Hit. And the skeleton collapses into a pile of bones and a short sword. Run! Oh, me. Duh. And Braun is just going to use the ever popular. Actually, no. He's gonna go in here and use Cure Wounds on Bellaward. Five points of health, Bellward. Skeleton. Skeleton goes for Erroneous still.
It hit.
Slashes down your chest, opening up a little bit of a wound on you. Blood starts leaking into your clothing. Jason. Jason runs in here. Sees a rat and decides that looks like it's about to attack him, so he goes and attacks it with its dagger.
Attacking the rat?
And the rat Jason's around. The rat decides to bite Jason for his troubles. And misses him. Fredrickson.
Alright, let's see. I will go ahead and attempt to firebolt Blue. Nope. Rare Frost. That's better.
Skeleton freezes in place and then just collapses, its short sword flying off into the moldy books. Erroneous.
Ironious try smash.
Let's see here. Unfortunately, that one misses. The skeleton just barely manages to make it out of the way of your hit. Skeleton counters. And does not make it all connecting, just hitting its blade into the nearest bookshelf. Bellward.
Aha. Is this a table? Can I step over this?
It's a collapsed bookshelf, but yes, you could step over it.
Over this. Go up to the skeleton. And distract him. No, I'm just gonna stab him, I guess. These guys aren't too tough.
No, they're not.
Don't need any.
They're just little humanoid skeletons. That one misses, though. This one seems to be more agile than normal. Run. Run will go for the ever-popular Sacred Flame. And the skeleton again. Missed that. Jason. Die, rat! He yells. And misses it.
This rat is this guy's mortal enemy, I swear to God.
Fredrickson.
Rare Frost Skelly.
Are Jason and Braum just missing characters?
Nope.
Or missing players?
Jason's an NPC and Braun's a missing character. That's a miss. The Ray of Frost kind of splashes into the moldy books. Erroneous.
Damn it.
You just destroyed some more moldy books. They're on the floor. Because you're... it. Skeleton. The skeleton turns and strikes out at Bellwarn. And misses. Spell word.
Sure.
That's a hit. 9 damage.
Just a second,
Nice.
Hey guys, I need to get my kids medicine. I'll be right back.
Alright.
That's cool.
Just, finish them off.
Kids are the most important part. Sacred Flame! Let's see if the skeleton actually dodges around it this time. And Jason is having no luck with the rat. And the rat's having no luck with Jason in return. Fredrickson! What would you like to do?
Fredrickson covers his eyes and just points at the skeleton right at Frost. Oh, now he hits.
Skeleton starts freezing a little bit, but it still has movement. It is still dangerous. Until Erroneous brings his flail down onto its skull and shatters it. Like glass.
Yeah.
And the rat kind of scurries away, with Jason cursing at it.
I walk up to Jason like, those rats were attacking the skeletons at first. And I'm going to investigate this room. And fail miserably. Jesus Christ.
Do you want more help, Fred?
Yeah.
I turned to Brand and was like, could I get a little hilly and we can rest a little bit?
As you basically poke around the books, you notice that there's nothing of interest here among them. The books are moldy, damaged, and most of them have been torn up to be used as rat bedding.
Ah.
There's also a pervasive stench, as you start disturbing these books, of mold and rat urine.
Huh.
It's pretty. Is investigating the undead.
Yes.
Guys investigating them, I mean. This is not good.
Erroneous, you want to go knock on the other door?
I would like to take a short
Cure
rest.
runes on Erroneous.
Well, I want Brand to take a short rest.
Alright.
Because he gets all of his juice back after short rest.
Yeah, I don't play. I'm not used to warlocks, so I'm not sure how they work. But you guys get a short rest, which means those of you who have not healed magically can be healed with short rests.
Well,
I'm good for now.
I'm back at max from that.
Oh, short rest. You just spend a hit die, right?
Yeah, you can spend hit dice. Quick question: did Brand have any other spells left? Does he only have 2?
As far as I can tell, he has. He's got Healing Light as well. I forgot about that. And Eldritch. I forgot about Eldritch Blast. Sorry, I was listening to something about warlocks at one point that said you can only get 2 spells, but and I noticed only Sacred Flames and Cure Wounds easily on there. And then I'm looking at the other stuff in there. It says, oh, now I'm seeing things like Eldritch Blast and other stuff.
He should technically have 3 spells known and 2 spell slots.
Okay. So it looks like Cure Wounds, Eldritch Blast, and Sacred Flame. What's these other ones?
He gets spells as being the holy one. I'll look him up.
Ah! Okay, that's what those are for. Yeah, I'm just looking at his spell list and stuff. But yeah, he's got some damage spells you can use too. So I guess he uses 2 of those, and then he has the holy spells, which are from his patron. Okay, I see them. Alright, so you guys have taken a nice short rest, healed up. Brian has got his spells back. Seems like you're ready to tackle things again.
Yep.
Yes. Well, shall we? Stealth.
Yep.
Does it open towards the hallway then?
No, this one opens in there as well.
Kicking it in.
Give me a strength check.
Wah, wah, wah.
You hear bang. It just kind of goes bang.
Nice try.
Yeah, boss. I'll just try to open it normally.
Alright. As you do, something comes rushing towards you.
Holy shit.
And I think that would also hit Fredrickson, wouldn't it?
Ah, it meets it. Damn it. Is he aiming for me, or is he just aiming for,
He's aiming at whatever's in the doorway.
Yes, maybe the wizard shouldn't go first.
So
yeah,
do
just
I
kind of-
take that damage?
The gore would be for a, it'd be on 12. You have more AC than that.
Okay.
Door skeleton. Yeah, from whamming on that door, got a surprise attack on you. Okay, all the skeletons are going to go on a single initiative. Make things easier on me, so I'm not staring at tons of initiatives. So the only the one that would be in trouble there would be the gnome.
yeah. If he was aiming for me, then I'm at 1 hit point. If he actually was aiming for me. I like to think he wasn't because I'm short.
Let's see.
But it's up to you. If I take, because if he's aiming for me, then that hits my AC.
No, actually, now that I think about it, it is tall, and it was probably be aiming for the top, whatever the tallest thing in the doorway was, which would be Ernest.
Yeah. Okay, good. That had me really nervous. Wait, where'd I go?
Skeletons.
Huh. Damn it.
Actually, no, these guys don't need to move. These guys are all wielding all wielding short bows.
Oh. Now I'm there twice. That was weird.
Alright, so the first one aims an arrow out at Bellward. Second one aims at Fredrickson.
Damn it.
Oh, sorry, that would be Erroneous, not Fredrickson, sorry. Fredrickson, your name is so long and you were on top, I was just looking at the name.
Sorry about that.
That was at Erroneous, which means that missed. Third one, again, heads for Bellward. That one hits, piercing you in the shoulder. Braun moves up behind you. Sees what's going on and uses his Eldritch Blast at the Minotaur. Wow. That didn't do much.
Oh, not at all.
Jason grimaces. Those things are nasty, he says, casting Firebolt at the Minotaur skeleton. And misses. Arrhenius.
Ironius would give a blood-curdling yell and go into rage mode. And he misses.
That he does. Skeleton could laugh, it would. Fredrickson!
I'm going to go over here. And then he's going to use one of his scrolls of magic missile. So do you want me do I roll 3d20s, right?
Yes.
Alright. And then I don't add any bonuses to his, or do I add my intelligence to it?
What is it?
Oh, wait, it's
Scroll
it's
magic
3d6 or 3d8. Hold on. Wait a
It's
second.
3d4 plus 3.
3d4. Yeah, I can never remember what magic
Plus
missile
1
is.
for, yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's level 2, then it's 44.
Well, it's a scroll, but it's probably at first level.
Yeah,
So, alright, so
because you bought it from the magic shop in Fire Down, right?
yes.
Yeah, it'd be a
There's
level
the first
1.
missile. That one misses.
No,
The
magic
second
missiles are auto hit. They don't get roll 20. You just do roll damage.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So 3d4.
Yeah, had a war mage in 3.5 who did nothing but magic missile.
It's 3d4 plus 3, but that would be 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so
it's plus
13
1 for every
damage.
extra every die.
Kind of blasts
And
into the skull and darkens it a bit, but it doesn't seem to phase the skeleton much.
I did damage to something, so I'm okay with that.
Yes, you did. Forward.
Oh, I'm gonna step up to my good old defensive fighting. Giving me advantage, or giving disadvantage to anyone who tries to hit me.
Excellent.
I'm just holding the doorway. This thing doesn't get out.
Alright, so that means it is on defense. Let me toggle it. It's running at disadvantage, and great axes you, Bellward. Even with disadvantage, it still hits.
Oof.
Fine.
First one launches an arrow at Arrhenius. Ouch.
My arrow sound effect.
The arrow embeds itself in your shoulder.
I've felt worse.
Second one also aims for you.
Miss.
Third one aims for you. This one manages to scrape by right by your cheek, opening up a cut.
Only does 1 damage, though.
Yep. Run. Ron will cast Eldritch Blast at the Minotaur skeleton and miss. Jason will use his Firebolts. First one, he only does 1 damage. Arrhenius. Ah. Excellent. Bludgeoning does extra damage because it's a skeleton, which means it takes 18. Nice. It is still standing, though. If it had a face, it would be pissed off right now. Pissed off expression right now. Fredrickson, you guys can see that you're doing damage to this thing, but it's still standing.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use Firebolt. That does not hit.
It does actually hit these things. It's larger than the other skeletons, which means it's got less AC.
Oh, okay.
Elward.
Oh. Continue. Well, I guess he's not coming out of the hole. You know what? I'm just gonna continue standing here. Going to second wind, attack him, then take the defensive action, and then use action surge.
Cool.
So all three of those things: attack, action surge, defense, second wind.
Nice.
Hits him.
Nice. You want to take off one of the Minotaur skeleton's horns. The horn just goes sailing out towards one of the cracked beds in this, it looks like some sort of dormitory of some kind at one point, but all damaged beds now. It just kind of lands there in the pile. Minotaur skeleton lifts its axe and aims right for Bellerin again. Bellward again. Blah. And misses.
Nice.
Goes clinking right off the shield. Alright. Arrow time. This also apply towards missile attacks, Bellward?
What's that?
Bellward, does the disadvantage also go for missile attacks?
Oh, it goes for any attack where you roll
Got it.
an attack roll.
Alright, that misses. This one's aimed at Ironius. That misses. This one aims at Bellward. Misses.
Done.
Ron, realizing that you're in terrible shape, he comes over and decides to heal you.
Yeah, 11.
Comes forward and casts Firebolt at the Minotaur skeleton. And misses. Ironius.
Smash.
As you bring your flail around in your rage, you just manage to bring it straight down on the Minotaur skeleton's skull and just kind of crush it to powder. The bones just kind of fall apart onto the floor with a great axe dropped on top of it.
And I'd move up to these guys.
Alrighty. Let's see. It's Fredrickson. It's your turn.
Alrighty, let's see. I'm gonna stand right here, and I'll take aim at the red skeleton with Firebolt.
3 damage. Bellward.
Oh my goodness. It is my turn again already.
Yep.
Guys, I can't keep up with all these young folk.
Stepped over the
Run
pile
it
of
in.
bones and the great axe.
I also hear the human. I'm like, you realize you're younger than me, right?
Skeleton manages to get out of the way of the spear. Skeleton takes a step back, which means you get an attack of opportunity.
We both do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it breaks apart. Next skeleton does the same. That one's a miss. Continue.
What's that?
There's another skeleton moving backwards. Attack of
Oh,
opportunity.
you get more than one?
Technically, no.
Oh, okay. Then
You get
you
one
don't.
reaction in a round.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I wasn't aware of that. I'm just used to.
Yeah, I am
There
too.
was something else that did that. And it's like,
3.5 if something
Yeah.
moves up. Brandon scare.
You get your dex bonus in attacks.
yeah, skeleton will shoot an arrow over at Erroneous. The arrow kind of slams you into your upper right chest.
Oh, once again.
An arrow. This one also takes a step away and fires at Erroneous as well. This one slams right into your leg. Erroneous, you're starting to look like a pincushion there. Ron comes running in to heal Erroneous. Don't die on me, man! Don't die on me! Or something to that effect. Jason comes in, aims at the skeleton down here, and casts Firebolts.
I have a fireball sound.
Erroneous.
So,
Which one?
The one on the wall.
Okay.
Against the wall.
And it just goes smash and falls apart. Fredrickson!
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move here. And then I'll firebolt this dude.
Skeleton looked like it was on fire for a moment, but there was nothing to sustain the flame. But it's now fairly charred, but still moving around. Bellward.
Bellward.
Bellward. Sorry, that's bad with pronunciations sometimes.
Oh no, I wasn't correcting you. I was just eating.
No, but I am terrible at pronunciation.
Here.
You bring your spear around right into its skull, detaching it from the body and causing everything to collapse. There's now piles of bones, short bows, and a larger pile of bones with a great axe standing on top of it. 120 XP. Jason has leveled up.
Yay!
Are we XPing? What?
Yeah,
What's our total so far?
we got
Just so I know.
608.
608. Right.
I'd come up to Belwar and like, you men from Hellspring, fight with honor.
Well, thank you. I try to fight smartly. I don't know about honor. I'll stab a bad guy in the back.
That's not very honorable, Jason says. Stabbing people in the back, I mean.
I'm not gonna hesitate to smash a skeleton from behind.
Well, see, that's not a person, though.
If it turns your back from you, it deserves it.
That's right. Face forward in honorable combat.
While they're talking, I'm going to try to investigate this room.
Ouch. Gained enemy hit points. Alright, let's see. let's see. Description of the room: overturned beds, broken and rusty weapons, and give me 1 second to figure out what you just located. You did find something, a shiny weapon, a new weapon underneath a pile of broken and discarded ones. Well, not shiny and new, but you basically overturned something and realized you found a weapon that's still usable. Not rusted, not destroyed. Still a useful piece of item, but I'm not sure what item I'm going to give you yet. I have to make a roll for that. First, I have to decide which table I'm using. If there's anything special about it.
Just a second.
You've discovered a usable hand axe. Not quite as good as that great axe that you found on the pile of bones of the Minotaur. But a hand axe is probably more gnome's speed anyway.
Sweet.
I would pick up the great axe and compare it to the great axe of the orcs and take whichever one was nicer.
Probably the great axe of the orcs. Has a much more
Okay.
familiar feel.
So you said I found a hand axe?
Yeah, you found a hand axe.
That's cool. I think I'll keep that with me. Can I consider it a regular axe since, I'm 3 feet tall?
Yes,
Cool.
but it has the stats of a hand axe, so.
Frederick says, like, something sharp could prove useful.
It could indeed. It could indeed.
It's a shame I'm not proficient at hand axes, but you know what? That's fine.
It's a simple weapon. You should be.
Yeah, it's listed as a
Daggers,
simple
darts,
weapon.
slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows.
Okay, so you don't have all simple weapons, you just have some of them.
Yep. But, no matter.
There we go.
Doesn't seem to be anything else of interest in what looks like an old dormitory or perhaps a barracks.
Give me just a second, guys. I gotta back out real quick.
Yeah. I would turn to Jason and Bran and ask, is it common to have Minotaur skeleton?
Jason looks at him and says, well, considering that the entire, this country is ruled by Minotaurs, and Minotaurs would have invaded this region back when it was its own country, it's quite possible that a Minotaur died here and went unburied.
I don't know. Check it. Sorry, guys. Let me mute myself. Right.
Shall we do another short rest, Bran?
Bran says he's okay.
Okay. I guess we continue then.
Just rest whenever you guys feel like it, huh? Awful nice. Whoa. Sorry, my screen freaked out.
You can do short rests whenever, but you can't do long rests. You're too far awake, but
You can still sit down and rest for the 8 hours. You just don't have to sleep for it.
you don't get all sorts of stuff back when you do that.
What did I miss?
Nothing. They're just heading on. You see another door over here, towards the end of the corridor. The corridor goes on further, but it's all rubble. And if there was anything more, like another set of stairs or anything like that, it's long since collapsed and not accessible.
Freddy,
Yep.
How about
guys, after last door, please stand back.
Uh-huh. I suppose it's probably smarter.
ready a spear throw.
I was actually going to try stealthily entering the door.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still getting ready.
I'm just going to try peeling it open.
Alright. What you see before you looks like an old observatory. There's even the cracked remains of a huge telescope in one corner, mounted to the up against the wall where it used to look out at the sky. Apparently, the remains of a telescope dominates the room. On the far wall, though, is a silvery sword that seems to be mounted there against this wall here.
Where?
I'm going to.
This wall here. Sorry, I was on the wrong screen.
Just as the transfer the telescope.
I've tried to pull the sword out of the wall.
What's your alignment, Ironius?
Lawful neutral?
Right. You feel something warm about the sword as you touch it. It comes away in your hand. It just feels warm and radiant. There's still the mounting plaque sitting there in front of you.
I would beckon someone over and see if there's like writing on it or whatnot.
Jason looks around and frowns. Interesting. That sword looks almost new.
Feels great in the hand.
Listen, my
Maybe
friend
it's
Ironius,
magical.
You can't just go around grabbing swords.
I
But
ask
it was-
Jason.
It's a weapon.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's a weapon. You use it. And he'd like swing it around some.
Could be trapped.
Hey, Ironius, you want to show that to me real
Cursed.
quick, Ironius?
I'd show it to him.
It's
I'm going
very
to cast Identify on it.
very big in your hands. Okay, identify. Let's see. It is a silvery blade that holds some sort of interesting magic. There's something embedded inside that's necromantic in origin, but for the most part, it seems to have the properties of a clerical blade, something anti-undead.
Huh. Strange. Its origins are necrotic, but it's could be farther from the necromancy as far as its use is concerned. I realize this sword is used for killing the undead.
Can I see it?
Yes.
Jason asks.
Yeah, I hand it to him.
Starts looking it over and sits down on the floor next to the remains of the telescope. I should put this into study. And he pulls out a notebook and starts writing something in it.
I'm gonna go and look over the telescope and kind of see if it's still working.
No, you could just a one quick glance at the telescope is enough to realize that it's long broken. Not as it tarnished, but the glass seems to have been broken out of it.
Huh. Can I attempt to fix it?
Do you have extra glass?
I have a tinker's kit.
Alright, I guess that works. Sure.
Alright, let's do you want to be can we do this as an intelligence check?
Sure. Just over here.
Alright, let's see. 18.
You spend some time working to fix it, and as you are, Bron kind of wanders over towards the plaque and kind of like frowns at it. It's kind of weird that this thing was just mounted here, he says.
But there were no skeletons in here.
No, there weren't, he agrees.
It's a good omen. Like everywhere else had skeletons or rats in it.
He
Not
reaches over towards the plaque and starts fiddling with it. There's a sudden click. And Ironius, roll a dex save for me.
It's a trap, right?
Sort of.
Do I get my danger sense?
Yes, actually, you do. You realize that the floor below you is about to open.
Quick question: does the
Ted.
the sword does that have I just read it. Does that require attunement at all?
To know all of its properties, yes.
Okay.
I'd do it.
Well, I mean,
It
because I
felt good in
cast
the hand.
Hold
cast
on.
identify. That should give me all aspects of the weapon, right?
Hold on,
Magic
Ironius
item?
has fell down a hole.
God damn it! Does Fredrickson hear this? Actually, Ted's watching.
Yeah,
Ted
it
probably told him.
clicked behind you, and Fredrickson, and sorry, Ironius just kind of collapsed into the hole.
Fredrick,
behind
you can
you.
hear Fredrickson from wherever he's at. He's like, God damn it!
I didn't do it.
Ironius. Fucking A.
You kind of land badly on your back.
I'm gonna have Ted fly down with Ironius.
Alright.
Into the hole he goes. And I have him land on Ironius' shoulder.
You find yourself in some kind of laboratory. You can see various skeletons just laying on tables. They seem to be inert. You see a large mirror attached to the wall down there, a work table, and a treasure chest.
I would smash every skull of every skeleton as I walk by it.
Wait.
You'll have to give me strength checks. Is anybody else going to go down there?
Hang on. Before Ironius
Ron's
does
climbing down there to find out what the hell's going on.
Before Ironius does that, I'm going to have Ted telepathically tell him not to do it.
Erroneous, would you listen to a voice in your head?
Fuck no.
Then, no.
I tell him it's Ted. I show him a picture. Ted. Speaking to you.
I'm gonna grab my skull and yell, "Get out of my head!"
I'm gonna have Ted lick his nose. I'm gonna have Ted lick his nose.
So, skulls are getting broken down there. You've broken 2 skulls so far. Fredrickson, through Ted, you can see that Erroneous is not stopping.
I have Ted tell Braun to tell Ironius to knock his shit off until I get down there.
Braun's just kind of standing there watching. It's like he shakes his head. I am not getting in the middle of this. Bellward, are you coming down or staying up?
Oh, jeez. I guess I'm gonna hop on down.
All right.
Before he hops down there, I'm gonna ask him, Bellward, please get the big guy to stop.
Are there any left?
He's working on the 3rd one now. There's like 6 skeletons down there altogether.
Alright, I'm gonna go, save this one. They're not alive, are they?
No, they just appear to be bodies that no longer have flesh on them. They're inert.
To investigate. And smash them afterwards.
They're in my head.
I have Ted fly over to Bellward and communicate with him that it's just a pseudo-dragon thing.
A good way to get voices out of your head is to hold your breath. So your vision goes all black.
Fredrickson, are you gonna go down there?
Well, am I done with this telescope?
Yes. And you could hear
Oh,
everybody is screaming and shouting about things in his head. And
yeah,
Bones crunchy.
I'll go down there and check on them. And then come back for the telescope. I run up to him like, dude, chill the fuck out. Let me figure this shit out first.
They're in my head.
No, that was Ted. He was trying to tell you to knock your shit off.
told me to stop. Only they would want it. I'd crack
Yes.
the fourth one.
God, stop it. Everyone else, go sit in the corner.
I'll sit on the chest then.
You're gonna sit on the chest? Okay. The chest...
Stay there.
Okay, okay, guys. The chest gets an attack of opportunity. It's not a chest.
Fuck, it's a mimic. God damn it.
The mimic is not happy about being sat on. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's what he do. He was told to sit. He sat.
Yep.
Sit in the corner. Oh, oops.
Basically, the chest opens up. It gets an attack of opportunity on Ironius because you just sat down on top of it.
Bites him in the ass.
Yeah, basically. Ironius, from your point of view, you feel something grinding against your armor.
I don't have armor. It's just skin.
Okay, well, it's grinding
I don't
against you.
think that hits anyways.
How do you get that much AC with the skin?
The Dex plus Con plus
Ah.
Shield.
Good point.
It's a barbarian, an armored defense.
Oh wait, if it's how much shield? If you have a
Dude.
shield,
It still wouldn't hit.
okay,
I have 17.
that's one to double check on that, because that would not protect your ass. All right. Fredrickson, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to firebolt the mimic.
All right. Firebolt. Actually, yeah. Because the Ironius is sitting on top of the mimic, Ironius would also take 1 damage from that spell.
It's I think it says a creature.
Well,
Like it's a specific target.
yeah, unfortunately, they're both occupying the same spot. And it is fire damage and not, like, radiant damage or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, Ironius takes 1 damage. And Mimic takes 5 damage. So I can't remove your token because you're sitting on top of that. Ironius, now you can move.
Yeah. Smash.
Mimic does not seem happy with your attack. But it does take damage.
Trying to bite me.
Ron rushes over to your defense to heal you. Bellward!
Alright, I'm gonna move in and distract the mimic. Poking him with my stick, hitting him with my shield, yelling at him. So the help action gives whoever hits him next advantage.
Cool. Do you get any damage to it?
Nope.
Nice.
I'm just distracting him.
Which means the Mimic is then going to focus its next attack on you then.
Hits.
It hits you and it adheres and draws you in. Fredrickson! You still get advantage on the Mimic in your next attack. Fredrickson?
Oh, sorry. got distracted.
Yeah. Well, it's distracted as well, so you get advantage on your next attack against the mimic. Currently, it is drawing Bellward into its mouth, basically.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead. And I'm gonna use magic missile. Oh, hell yeah, that's what I want. So 10 points of damage.
Excellent. 10. Bellward doesn't take anything, since it's not fire or freezing or electric. It would have potential splash damage. Erroneous.
Do I know if I can hit it without hitting Bellward?
You do have advantage on it, so it's possible. However, if you manage to double crit, for example, you will hit Bellward instead.
Would it be double crit or double fill? Like that one?
Sorry, double fail. I meant to say double fail. I'm sorry. Double fail.
How's a double fail, guys?
Because he has advantage. Because you have advantage, the only way you can get a fail at this point would be if you roll 2 1s. It's a 14. That hits.
I should get it off you, friend.
Ron reaches over and attempts to heal Bellward. Now it is Bellward's turn.
All right, I'm going to attempt to move away from it a little bit.
Tongue stretches out some, but you're no longer drawn into its mouth.
Stab him. Oh, yeah. Dude.
That's a miss, and it decides to attack you again, this time biting at you.
Aha, you miss.
Its tongue lets go of you. Fredrickson!
Alrighty. I'm going to. Do I still have advantage or no?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Ray of Frost. Oh, there it is.
And the Ray of Frost just kind of hits into the wall behind it. Erroneous!
I'm going to attack it.
It took damage. It's now very angry at you. Bits of, Bron. Bron has a turn. Yay. Why is my thought process going bad? Sorry. Quarterstaff. He just kind of brings his quarterstaff down and goes whap. Bellward.
Shit off. No.
Miss. This time the mimic sets its sights on. It kind of shifts around and looks. It looks at Erroneous. Pseudopod.
Ow.
It grabs and drags him towards its mouth again. Fredrickson.
Erroneous. So, advantage, I'm assuming?
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay, I thought because he was.
No, Bellward was distracting it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Erroneous is currently there, which means he can potentially take a point of fire, ice, or electric damage.
Damn it.
He's got good health. You could risk giving him 1 damage because you won't take full damage unless you it lets you miss your attack.
Alright, I guess I'll Ray of Frost it.
So Erroneous takes 1 damage, it takes 4. As he's being held in place and, dragged up against the mimic, he can feel how cold it is, and it saps away 1 life point. Erroneous.
Bad mimic. Smash.
Another 4 points of damage. If it was actually made out of wood like it looks, it would be splintering at this point. Brun. Brun uses Healing Light on Erroneous. Oh, apparently it's a bonus action, so that means he can do Stagger on the Mimic and misses. Sorry, his sheet has some weird writing on it, but... Spellword.
Push him off. Jeez. Should continue distracting it instead of trying to kill it. Anyway, that's it for me. I miss.
Poor Braun. The Mimic apparently notices that what Braun is doing and finally aims out at him. Ooh, 8 damage. That's Brunnen. Fredrickson.
Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead. Damn it. I'm going to Ray of Frost it again.
Braun takes damage. Takes 2. It's still alive, but it's looking like it's starting to freeze up some. Erroneous.
Really smash it open.
Gonna do the reckless attack, so I have advantage, and I'll have advantage versus me.
Alright. Excellent idea. It drops Braun as it splinters into pieces, blood and guts going everywhere instead of wood pulp. Congratulations. You have killed a mimic. There anymore. Actually go to...
What did it have in it?
Nothing. It was just pretending to be a chest to fit in with the room. But you get... Let's see. Let's look at the experience points you guys get. $122 experience points.
Awesome.
11:30.
Okay, let's loot this. Let's see if this mimic was carrying anything useful.
I asked for that.
Yeah, there's
You
nothing.
did? Alright, I'm going to investigate this room while I'm down here.
I'm gonna go back up top and see why Jason didn't come down.
Climb up to the top. Sorry, you climb up to the top again and see that the room is now empty. Jason is nowhere to be seen.
Is my sword around?
Nope.
I'm going.
Never split the party. Sorry, we had people die last time that happened. For my last Team of Annihilation game, King of Feathers devoured 2 of the party members.
If there's nothing else down here.
One of the actually, that's a good to think of it. One of them was Quentin's, aka the Braun.
Is he around here?
Nope. It looks like he has run away. While you guys were distracted by the mimic.
I'm gonna run outside and look for tracks.
Alright. Meanwhile, Fredrickson, you don't see anything interesting about the skeletons. You don't see anything interesting on the table. The only thing of interest is the untarnished mirror over here. It looks fairly new. And you will have to roll an investigation check or survival check, Erroneous. You detect a trail heading off to the west.
gonna start heading that way.
You're going to be leaving your party behind, you too. You might get yourself lost in the woods.
He's dumb.
Okay. Well, we're just going to pretend that Erroneous is following that trail for now while these guys are doing their thing.
Damn, I don't like my investigation roll. I wish I could. I'm gonna have to take some time to investigate this room.
Willward, what would you like to do?
No idea. People are running off. I mean, quick look around. There's nothing important down here, right?
I'm not so convinced about that.
Brown frowns, poking a bit at the at the papers. Huh.
I mean, it looks like something's going on in here, but we didn't find anything.
Can I try doing an Arcana check on this table?
Sure.
That's better than.
It looks like some sort of necromantic writing. Some sort of formulas dealing with necromancy and the raising of skeletons. That's about it.
Okay. Alright. I guess we're gonna go chase after Irodius. Fuck.
All right. Is it okay if I just move you guys to the next map?
Yep.
Yep.
Oops. Alright. We're outside again. It appears to be the afternoon, although it's hard to tell between the trees. And Ironius is heading... Oh, you can't... Actually, no. The rest of you will need to give me a survival check. Fredrickson, Ironius is not too far away to see. You just know that he's no longer here.
You said survival?
Survival, investigation, any of those would be good.
Okay, let's see.
It's basically for picking up trails or, hearing distant sounds.
Yeah. Where's my survival? There it is. I'm gonna have.
So yeah, you have no idea which direction Erroneous ran off in.
We just go with our passive survival check.
How about Ted?
Not even Ted.
Fuck.
It's as if both he and Jason have completely vanished.
Start yelling his name. No. Hello.
Erroneous! That's for Braun.
Great. Not only is my mule missing, but now one of you guys is gone.
Ironius, after about a half an hour of running off to the trail, you stumble upon a body.
Who is it?
It appears to be the tiefling you used to know. The one that it came from your office. The bard. He is essentially naked, looks like he was ripped apart by something. And is just kind of laying there. And
Huh. Ripped apart?
yep, looks like something ripped him apart.
Is he, fully intact or in pieces?
Mostly pieces. You kind of recognize him by the head. You have no idea where his clothes and supplies went.
I'm gonna do a nature check. Nope, I have no idea what happened here. I'm just see if an animal did it. But, weird. He only would have had 30 seconds on me and he got away. That's weird. I would use the great axe to start digging a grave for the tiefling.
Alright. As it takes let's see, yeah, okay. So it takes approximately 2 hours, and in that time, the rest of your party finally finds you, digging this grave. You've just basically put the body and the remains into the grave when they stumble upon you.
Damn it, everybody, stop running away.
I found our lost compatriot.
Oh,
What did you do to him?
he'll be fine.
He was like this when I found him.
What happened?
So, one thing I would make sure to do before, like, finally, like, doing everything, I'd make sure the head is completely off, so he can't be reanimated. Because that's what a dumb half orc would think of. No head, no.
Well, it's actually a clever half orc, so don't sell yourself short.
So, I'm burying him.
Everybody, why'd you run off?
To find little guy, scrawny, wears robes and
What,
stuff, reads books.
the other human?
Yeah, we were down there for a minute and he was gone when I came up. I figured something got him, like this guy.
Huh. Where could he have gone? You're sure he went this way?
There are tracks this way. Unless he's still in the rest of the capsule that I ran by.
I want to try looking for tracks again.
All right, investigation check.
I like slam my face on the ground and start sniffing and licking the dirt.
From here, the path seems to go south.
What is he planning? Everybody, can you carry me on your shoulder?
You got it, little buddy.
We need to haul ass fast.
Understood.
I point in the direction that we're going.
And I'll start running. Well, what time is it?
Night is beginning to fall.
Shall we continue tonight?
I'm not sure at this point because he got a head start on us, but he might be making the same. He might think of the same thing of stopping for the night. So if we go now, we might be able to catch him.
We actually think he ran off. I think something took him.
I think somebody took him, and I want to save my friends who fight with me.
So let's go for a little bit, and then we'll take a break after a little ways.
Okay, we'll go until Freddy tells me to stop.
And the dragon to look for him.
I'd rather keep him on my shoulder.
Plot. He can move much faster than.
That's true. I don't want to send him too far ahead. You know what? I'll keep him at about 100. I'll keep Ted about 100 feet in front of us at all times.
Get him to go up high and see if he can spot anything.
Yeah. So we'll do that. I'll have Ted fly up and see if we can spot him. Perception check.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, six perception check.
Okay. So
You can't see anything past. You can't see anything past the trees. The tree covering is way too thick.
All right. I'll wait. I'll have him wait until he can do it again. I'll do a perception check as well.
As you run through the woods, you startle a family of deer. They go running across your path, effectively erasing a lot of the tracks that you were searching for. You have to re-roll your investigation check.
All right. Let's try looking again, guys.
All right. The path continues on south, but you're having difficulty seeing as night it's completely fallen.
When did I really skip that 19?
That it's getting dark.
Oh,
You still see a path to the south, but it's getting so dark that continuing to follow it is going to be increasingly difficult.
damn. Especially for the human, because he can't see in the dark.
Yep.
I
Back,
can see
there's
you guys
two
well
humans.
enough.
Braun too.
Alright,
Braun
guess
can't see.
we'll take a break then.
I can follow you
Understood,
guys.
boss.
So, yeah, we'll do a rest.
There are owls hooting in the night, and a few other night sounds to be expected. More or less proving that nothing too dire is nearby. Oh, that reminds me. If you're ever playing Team Annihilation and wander into an area that is completely silent of all insects and birds, turn around and run away before something comes and attacks you. That was kind of
Well, when it comes,
That was kind of a big hint to my players in last week's Team Annihilation game, before the King of Feathers just kind of swooped in and killed two of them. But yeah.
So for watches, I think we would do Belmere first. I'd go second, or we'd have Freddy go second, and then I'd go third, and then Brandon fourth.
Alright. A couple of deer wander close to your camp during first watch. You'll be eating tender shoots. In the distance, you hear the howl of a wolf, and this scatters the deer. They go running off. Doing second watch.
okay.
The wolves much prefer the deer meat. And nothing molests your camp during the night. Whatever pack of wolves that was nearby didn't come close enough to bother you or be bothered by you.
That's cool.
Can we see the mountains from here?
The curvature of the planet prevents you from that, but you know they're to the south. It's a brand new day. Now the 15th day of your journey. It is now the last day of renewal. Tomorrow will be the first day of divine, marking 30 more days to discover the identities of whatever's behind these undead.
Fun
What would you guys like to do?
Oh well, might as well keep going.
Head south.
So-
That's the path we know. We have two things
Right.
going south.
Yeah, I can't see anything. So I have Ted go up and do a perception check.
I still see too many trees. Although as you're walking, you do spy an elk, much taller than a deer, grazing nearby. Kind of lifts its head up to study you as you pass.
Do
I
we want?
stare it in the eyes.
Do we want to eat this one?
We haven't eaten yet, so firebolt.
No, let me do this. I'm gonna charge at it and try to tackle it.
All right. So I need your grapple check, or rather strength.
It would be athletics. I thought that's what.
The elk turns and bounds away as you attempt to grab it. It runs through the trees.
Oh. Some of these don't work as well as others.
Cool sounding board.
So he missed, I assume?
Yeah, and the elk just kind of ran off into the trees.
Before he does that, can I try firebolting it?
Yes.
Damn it!
Oh, you lightly singe your fingertips.
I figured we were starting a forest fire today.
No, it's not. It's not dry timber.
Alright, well, while we were screwing around, what did Ted see?
They didn't see much of anything. There's too many trees in the way.
Was that 19?
Yes, trees, and more trees.
Damn it.
Thick trees. We're in a forest, not like some clear.
Yeah, you're not out in the countryside where you would you would see something with a roll like that. You'd probably have to get a nat 20 to even hope to see something through the trees from up above.
Alright, well, let's keep going.
All right.
Understood,
Following
boss.
the path. I'll have Ted land on my shoulder.
You wish to use the same sleep order?
Yeah,
As night
that
falls?
seems like
Yeah.
a good one.
Alright, let's see if anything happens.
Goodness. How much bad stuff is wandering around the woods?
I roll checks and everything of that nature. Alright. Who's on last watch again? Bron?
Brad.
Bron. Bron kind of wakes you guys up early, saying he's hearing noises to the east.
I'll have Ted do a perception check. What does he hear or see?
As Ted moves off towards the east, he sort of sees in the distance, so they're not coming in your direction, just heading to the north, a group of small figures. They appear to be goblins.
Goblins. I tell the rest of the group, those are goblins that you hear. Can Ted tell what they're doing?
He can tell that they're walking. They don't appear to be at all aware of you. They don't appear to be avoiding the area entirely, nor do they appear to be hunting for anything in particular. They're just kind of walking, keeping vigilant for attack, that sort of thing, keeping low to the ground.
Okay. Let's see. What should we do? They're just goblins. They haven't noticed that we're here.
But do goblins go with orcs? I thought goblins go with orcs.
And on this world, goblins can go with orcs. It's not uncommon that the various tribal groups between goblins and orcs have have deals or something going on, but they don't necessarily live in the same ecological niches. The goblins tend to be more, although they both will live in like caves and mountains and stuff like that if need be. Goblins tend towards like forests and swamps more than orcs. Orcs usually are more plains dwelling when it comes to non-mountainous areas.
Okay, so it's not unnatural for them to be here, unlike an orc.
Yeah, the goblins. It's not uncommon for a forest that that no other people have lived in a long time for goblins to have taken up residence somewhere along it.
They've seen something.
Oh, and as an additional, the goblins in this region are in Eberus, of the Eberus variety, are all hairless. They're very also they're green skinned and hairless. It's very uncommon to see a goblin in this region to be with hair. If they have hair, that's usually because they've crossbred with something else, like a halfling or a gnome.
Huh.
The goblins look really ugly in this world.
Hey, watch your tone. You've seen my picture, haven't you?
No.
Look over at Discord and look at the picture on Gristrop's room.
I thought that was Piccolo in a dress.
Nope, that's Gristrop, the Goblin Queen.
Let's drop. I have Zax, the Goblin Warlord.
Yeah, that's basically how my goblins tend to look. They don't look exactly like. I'm not sure where I picked up the description long ago, but when it did, it kind of stuck with me. And so when people drew pictures for me of my character, that's how it looked. But yeah, the goblins don't appear to be going after anything particular, just kind of cutting through the woods and keeping vigilant.
Go talk to them. Are they dangerous normally?
No, but I think they would shun other civilizations in this area. They might not be interested in talking with you.
Doesn't mean I really won't try.
Alright. Up to you guys.
Boss, should we?
I'm sorry, what?
Should we go talk to him, boss?
Do goblins speak common?
They can, but you don't know if these ones do.
Can anybody speak goblin?
I got Orcish.
We can try. See how things go. How far from us are they?
Not too far. If you hurried through the woods, you'd be able to get to them quickly.
Okay.
What?
Give me just a second. I have to go take care of something real quick. I'll be back
All right.
momentarily.
I'll just have my shield out, not the flail. Just shield on arm. And walk towards that way.
Jeez. Sorry, I didn't realize that was that long.
That's okay.
It's a random sound generator. Supposed to be like a little goblin giggle.
Yeah, like this is my goblin character done in an RPG Maker, by the way. The way she looks. Oh, did you take a look at either the local gods or the Hellspring background handouts?
I've looked at local gods, not the Hellspring background.
The local gods for this entire world of Alaris, ones that are not in the rest of the multiverse, would be the Divine Light, Woos, Aeum, and Quer. As far as I can tell, that they don't travel anywhere else in the multiverse. But when I say multiverse, I mean other worlds in the material plane. I consider the world to be like the material, all the different planes that this particular world touches, not simply the material plane. When I say world, so it has a section of like the abyss, the section of hell, the section of celestial, Feywild. I have actually a very complex version of the Feywilds that surrounds this area, but it's not necessary information for this story. It might be if we do like after this, because this is meant to go to like it's either level 3 or level 5 depending on how you guys end up ending it. Because I basically had this game end in many different ways so far. They happen on different ideas, theories, conclusions, and bring it back to the castle. But I've actually spent some time expanding on this adventure so that it has a lot more interest and stuff going on and more introduction to my world. But I think after this, it's either going to be for this world with the same characters, hopefully. Curse of Strahd, Storm King's Thunder, or maybe even Out of the Abyss, depending. Storm King's Thunder could especially fit in well since it basically gives the alternatives of like here's an adventure to get you between levels 1 and 5, or you could just start off at level 5 and go right here. Like, well, you could also do bring people in from another adventure and start off at level 5. That could also work.
I wouldn't mind doing Storm King.
I've attempted it 2 or 3 times with various groups.
Another possibility would be Out of the Abyss, which they don't have on Roll20. Not that I have too much disposable income right now, since I'm busy saving for I'm trying to save up for a condo.
Do you need
it's
a book? Because I've got all of them.
The book isn't the problem. It's like spending time making with tile sets and dynamic lighting. Dynamic lighting is a bitch to set up, which is one of the reasons I love the investment of Curse of Strahd and Tomb of Annihilation. But I'm also willing to say, you know what, f this. Let's just go with pretending we're sitting around a table right now, and all you got is your imagination to work with. And a square that says, okay, here's where your characters are in relationship to these other enemy characters. Go!
Do you have them in PDF form or just physical?
I have them in PDF.
I wouldn't mind getting those because I'm doing a campaign on Tuesdays now with work buddies, and I'm doing my first campaign.
Cool. First time GMing or?
First time GMing.
Ah!
And they're all brand new.
Congratulations! Oh, first time GMing for a bunch of new to D&D players. Awesome.
I have a couple of rules I'm going to try.
You look in the general chat of the Discord. This is pretty much every RPG I can get my hands on.
Awesome.
Everything D&D is on there.
I'm a lover of actual physical books. I have a collection of PDFs myself, but I find them difficult to read when I'm trying to absorb something. Like they're handy dandy for reference. Like I have my own reference sheet for the game. Like I've got one in front of me that it's handwritten, and another one off to the side on a document program. That's something called Nimble Writer for Steam. Nimble Writer is great because you can separate things by chapters, and so I just have each chapter filled up with different informations of locations. And I can just easily hit the button and go to each one. I find that pretty awesome. This caveman's way longer than we thought. What was I, Erroneous and well, brain, stop cheating like that. and Belaward doing?
Gonna go see if we can talk to him.
All
We're
right.
gonna go talk to these goblins. Don't worry, I know their language.
All right.
No, I don't really.
What languages do you speak? Common and...
Picked any languages. I speak common. That is it.
I got
Alright.
Common and Orcish.
Sorry about that. I just got back from trying to find a dog.
Oh, the dog okay?
Oh, he's fine. He's hiding under the porch. So he's out of my realm of being able to acquire.
All right. Well,
What are we doing?
they're
Talking
going
to
to talk to the goblins. The group
Out
of
there with
6.
some torches lit.
The group of 6 goblins kind of squints a bit as you guys approach. And one of them, which appears to be the one in charge, with some more elaborate, leather armor, kind of steps forward. Ready, as if ready for either attack or some sort of parley.
I'll wave. Hello.
Goblin tilts its head slightly.
Who
are you?
Okay.
Apparently, they do speak common.
I am Ironius. Strong warrior.
I am Fredrickson.
Yeah.
People have called me insane.
You're a gnome, aren't you?
And you're a goblin.
The goblin kind of looks over, moves its eyes away from Fredrickson and looks straight up at Aronius. Why do you disturb our trek?
We noticed you guys passing by. We're curious. Let's see what you guys were up to.
We're actually looking for someone who came this way, and I'll point southwards. We're going that way.
Kind of look at each other. You can hear them mumbling something in most likely goblin, and then the leader goblin says, "Was this a human?"
Yes.
It was.
Did see a human a human in black robes running south not that long ago, a few hours.
Really?
Anything chasing him, or was he just running?
He appeared to just be running. Did not see anything chasing him, but of course the woods are full of things that humans fear.
Maybe he took up jogging.
Was he carrying a silver sword with him?
Couldn't tell.
You've been really helpful. I'll try to reach down and give him a high five.
The goblin high fives you back.
You're awesome, man.
He looks very confused at this, but yes.
I walk up to the leader goblin. I'm like, thanks for the information. He's actually someone that we're looking for, so we appreciate it.
You best hurry up.
For...
That human is probably hours away now.
Yeah. We apologize for interrupting whatever you guys are doing, so.
You hear the goblins murmuring to each other in goblin. And they head on out. And and as a team, you guys gain inspiration for this act.
Yay! Alright, let's hightail it.
For not being murder hobos?
Yeah, for not being murder hobos, for thinking about, talking to, to a group of people who might have information for you, yeah. Stuff like that.
Alright, let's run as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Onwards, Ironius.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel it's good to reward people for not being murder hobos.
Especially when it's a non-evil party.
Some people think though that being lawful good. Just like I see a creature that's considered to be evil, I need to kill it. sort of thing.
If you're the right kind of paladin, yeah. Most others, no.
Yeah. Well, I sometimes consider paladins that are lawful good to be evil. But I'm one of those types, so.
I'm currently lawful dumb, so.
Alright, so you continue on into the nighttime. Again, without finding Jason, leaving those goblins far behind. And by the next night, you settle down to camp. No luck. No finding Jason. But at least you're still heading south.
Yep. Onwards.
Let's see. First watch. Either those deer are returned back to you, not necessarily killed by a wolf, or a similar-looking deer has decided to spend the night close to your camp, eating small tender shoots close to your feet.
Wait, whose watch is this?
This would be second watch.
Was that mine?
Yep, that's yours.
Excellent. I want to become friends with this animal. See how well that goes. And
Well, animal handling.
yeah.
The deer comes over to you and begins to nuzzle at your hand.
I ask it nicely if I can use it as a mount.
Can you speak with animals?
No, but I just look at it and ask it. Ted
You
might be able
gnome?
to. Hang on.
Gnome can speak.
I'm
with
a
small
rock
animal.
gnome.
Oh, you're not the cool gnomes.
In another
Hey,
campaign, I run with the forest gnome.
Well, with the 18, can I use it as a mount, or can I
You can try. It's currently licking your hand.
I'm gonna try and mount it.
Okay, that's an athletics check.
My movement speed is 25. I'll take all the help I can get. Oh, you said athletics?
Yep.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh my god, that's better than I thought it was gonna be.
You grunt, you groan, and you pull yourself onto the back of the deer, which seems to be a bit startled. You notice that there is no reins in order to direct it, nothing to keep you seated on there. You're completely bareback. You're easily going to fall off if this thing moves at any speed.
I pet it. And then, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get off of the deer, and I'm kinda gonna, guide it over to where I was, and try and get it to just kinda hang out for a bit.
How are you planning on doing that?
I'm gonna give it some of my rations, actually. Just give it a little bit of it.
That seems to perk the deer right up, and the deer then becomes more obedient towards you.
Sweet, and then, I'm going to go ahead and... Can I use my Tinker's kit to make, makeshift reins?
Do you have any cloth or leather on you?
I'm sure I still have some traveling clothes.
Then all right. You may
Alright,
use
I'll
your
go ahead.
tinker's kit to do that.
In intelligence or dexterity?
In this case, dexterity.
Okay, let's see what I can do. Nice.
You make yourself some decently strong reins.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to put it on the deer.
All right. You still don't have a saddle, but you at least have some way of guiding the deer around if you're sitting on its back.
Yay! I pet it some more and give it some more of my rations.
Who's second shift? I mean, third shift, I mean?
This guy.
Yeah, as you're waking up for your shift, you notice that there is now a deer standing nearby with reins on.
I look at him and I go, "You touch this deer, we're gonna have problems."
So I can't even pet it?
Oh, okay, you can pet it.
Yeah, I'll pet it all my ship.
Animal handling check.
Nice.
It nuzzles your cheek and settles down. Your party has acquired a deer friend.
Yay! I have a deer mount now. I start petting him once we wake up, and I go, "I'm gonna name you Phil."
After Phil's
No.
finest?
He should be Eddie because you got Fred, Ted, and Ed.
Yes,
Alright.
Eddie.
It'll be Eddie. Ed for short. If we run into another town, we'll get a saddle for him. Wait, with my animal handling and Ironius' animal handling, can we determine what gender this deer is?
It appears to be a male since it has horns. That's where you attach the reins.
Okay, just making sure. So yeah, all right, Ed, you're a good boy. I'm gonna go ahead and mount Ed.
Sorry.
I assume he's laying down at this point.
Yeah, his head is in Erroneous' lap.
So all right.
As morning rolls around, you all rolls around Bellward. You wake up to see a deer with reins attached to its horns, with its head laying in Erroneous' lap.
Right? I don't ask any questions.
You still haven't found your mule, unfortunately. Poor Bartholomew.
Right. Maybe he wandered back to my farm. That's what I pray for. Bartholomew's been through many an adventure.
I'm just waiting for the time we meet Bartholomew and it's actually a dragon.
So do you guys wish to go to continue on south, or do you wish to go to leave the woods, or what?
We're gonna keep going south, I would imagine.
All right.
Let's see if
We
we
don't
can
have
see
any
any
other
tracks.
direction, right?
All right.
So, oh, nice.
All right. You make out some faint human tracks heading south still.
Onward south.
Onwards. My new deer companion.
You hear a squealing from the underbrush.
Huh.
I'll go towards it.
Okay.
A large boar comes bolting out from between two bushes and starts running past you.
I'm gonna try to tackle it.
A boar? Why are we?
Bacon.
I think they're hungry.
Bacon takes like a week to make.
Ironius doesn't know that.
The boar squeals louder as Ironius grabs it.
Hey,
Yes.
damn it, I can't remember what your character's name is now, Antonio.
Balamir?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I asked him to go check where the boar came from.
Check where the boar came from. He came running out of the bushes, right? So I'll just go poke
Yeah,
around.
Make sure there's no baby boars before I
Something must
murder
have
this
startled
thing.
it.
Just check around the bushes then.
Ironius is very considerate, apparently.
I mean, he's part ranger, effectively, right?
Yeah,
Is
ranger, barbarian. He's kind of like a cross between the two. I mean, he's basically one in class, but he is also kind of personality. My bard is also part ranger that way. She doesn't have she doesn't have a skill in ranger, but she was kind of raised to be rangerish, so she has rangerish qualities.
I have
Do I
athletics,
accept
animal
this?
handling, survival, and stealth as my skills.
Exactly. So you can roll an investigation check to see about where the boar came from. It's currently struggling against the chokehold that Ironius has on it, making loud squealing noises.
I'll have Ted go with him and help him.
Currently, you see
So-
nothing. Let's see what's head
Okay.
helping.
You know, these bushes over
What's
here.
investigation? Is that intelligence?
Yes.
Okay. 18.
Alright. You find a few tracks from the boar leading off to the east. You don't find any burr, you don't find any younglings. You just find some scat and some trampled bits and pieces of foliage. It looks like the boar was browsing over in this area, and then got startled when you guys came near.
Okay. Alright, Iris, put it out of its misery.
Battle axe.
Roll attack.
Oh my god.
It has very thick hide. The axe kind of just bounces off, and it's wiggling free from your arms. Would anybody else like to step in and deal with this?
Well, nothing to do there. I'm a vegetarian.
Really?
That makes me think of the
Yeah.
claims of the one tribe in Black Panther.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have Ted try and sting it. What's a little stinger?
Is this stinger poisonous?
Yeah, it has to do a Constitution saving throw or be
Then
poisoned for
you don't want to sting something you're going to eat. You'll end up contaminating the
That's
food.
Duh. I'll have Ted bite it then.
You hear a loud squealing
Right.
noise as it is bitten.
Right
And
in the
now
head.
Ironius can attack again. And this time it bed the axe in the thing's skull, killing it. And you have all of the pork products you can care to carve up for this evening's meal.
Sweet. What time is it?
Once again, becoming evening. I mean, basically it takes you all day to walk around on these squares in the woods.
Alright, I'm gonna go put Ed somewhere where he won't run away. Like tie him up to a tree or something. And help Ironius carve this boar.
So Antonio, your character is definitely vegetarian.
No, I'm not a vegetarian. I didn't
That's
mean to
what.
stab this poor boar to death.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's part of
That's-
life.
Yeah, I just want to put a little bit of more, realism that the boar could still could have still made it free and run away and possibly drawn enemies to you.
So, what do we do for? Is it survival, huh?
Yep.
To carve this.
How much usable? Yeah. How long it takes?
Nice.
You set to carving it up, getting you some good, about 5 chops, a ham, a pork loin. Basically enough for, let's see, for a few rations, but you don't have anything to preserve it with, do you?
It should be good for 2 days.
Yeah. So basically, we'll put it down to so you need 2 days unless you can find something to preserve the rest of the meat with, like salt or something like that to cure it with, or vinegar, anything like that.
Just cook it up and eat it, and let's go.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'd say cook it up, eat it, and we have 2 days worth of rations.
Sweet.
Alright.
Alright. And then we'll do the normal routine.
Keep going south.
And nothing happens during the night. You head south, and finally you break out of up from the woods and find yourself on an east to west road.
The hell? Sorry, did I miss anything?
She's doing the night thing.
That's nothing happened at night this time.
Nobody on the road or anything?
Well, the road's fairly empty, but you could see off into the distance. There's probably some farms nearby. You know that there's a town a few days' walk to the east. There's more to the south. If you continue on this road, to the west, you'll be able to head south. You've seen maps of this region before.
I'm gonna go for the 1 in a billion shot, see if I can keep tracking our buddy.
This guy really our buddy?
Not anymore. He's running. I became bad cop.
I also had to do a check.
You have no idea where his footprints went.
Let me see. Come on, Ted.
Path basically ends at the road.
Damn it, Ted's clueless.
The road is
He's headed south.
the road is well walked, so it's hard to tell what way he might have gone on it, if he went on it at all. If he didn't, he might have just continued south.
No way Bartholomew's way out here somewhere.
Well, let's go ahead and let's just keep going south.
You got it, boss.
Because that's where he's going. He's probably heading to the mountains.
Alright.
Are you coming with us, Bellward?
Yes, I am. Undead creatures running around the kingdom. We can't have that.
Good to keep having you with us.
Oh, that's what happened. You guys moved that. And nothing happened while you were sitting there. Now you come down here. I think I've lost track of the days because of the token thing. Sorry.
It's 19.
So good.
But
Because it was 15 on this square.
yeah.
16, 17, 18, 19.
Unfortunately, I think I'm getting too tired. I think I'm gonna need to
Okay.
stop here for this week.
3 hours about my limit.
Yeah. So I think that went pretty well.
Yeah.